Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight.
Good evening, High Gain Curling fans. I am all alone tonight because if you would have joined us yesterday, you would have seen that it was Colleen Jones' birthday. And on our drive to Brantford, we were doing carpool karaoke and she has lost her voice. In all seriousness, we are missing you tonight, Col. I know you're tuning in from the hotel room. Get better. The show is not the same without you, but the show must go on. Welcome inside the Brant Curling Club. Let us know where you're tuning in from. More riveting rock throwing ahead tonight as we get down to elimination games in the Eppic Ale Players Championship, the mixed double super series, the grand finale, and a big evening of curling ahead. And as I say that, an elimination game, win, you move on. Lose, you go home. The stakes are ratcheting up here, and we have a big game tonight. And so let's go down to the ice level inside the Brant Curling Club. We are getting ready for Jen Dodds and Bruce Mouat taking on the Cotters here tonight, and they are ice level right now. You guys are the first practice. You told me just moments ago before you walked out there. So, Jen, I just said it. This is an elimination game. How do you keep the nerves in check in a big game like this?
Yeah, you just have to think like we've been there many times before, and it's just another game of curling. So we just kind of focus on our processes, and I think tonight we're just going to be really concentrating on the ice and what it's doing, and trying to get our stones in that sort of top tee, top button position.
Bruce, how important is getting off to a good start in a game like this?
Yeah, well, we have first practice, as you just said, so we're hopefully going to get the hammer from that, and then we can hopefully get a jump in the game. Obviously, mixed doubles is pretty hard to defend against, but if you have a bit of a lead, you can hopefully relax a wee bit into the game.
Jen and Bruce, you spend a lot of time in Canada. You and I were joking about it the other day, but what do you make of this mixed double super series and being able to spend as much time as you have in Canada, Jen?
It's a lot of fun. We always really enjoy coming to Canada. We were in Winnipeg 2 weeks ago, and then Bruce and the boys played the Slam in Oakville, and I was really fortunate to have our training week in Oakville and watch a bit of the boys' games as well. So it was nice to kind of be back around the slams again and kind of catch up with people that I hadn't seen. I hadn't seen Christian, who coached us last year, since April, so it was really nice to catch up with him. And then, we came on here. I think it's been great to have kind of a super series for the mixed doubles and just try and grow mixed doubles more. It's a really fun game, and it's quick, and I find it really entertaining and even fun to watch as well.
Some thoughts real quick, Bruce, because you got to get out for practice on the mixed double super series. I know how seriously you two take this discipline.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun this year. We've played 3 of the 5 events. They've all been really good, well-run competitions, really good fields in every single one of them. So just a massive congratulations to Wayne and Jay for getting the Super Series up and running. And hopefully it can continue into next season.
Outstanding. I'll talk to you on the fourth end break. Of course, you're the feature game on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. I won't hold you up any longer. Have a great practice. Good luck out there. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Outstanding. As we get set, I just said it, the Cotters taking on Dodds and Mouat. You can watch that starting at 7 p.m. right after that curling show. There it is. And then, of course, we will go into tomorrow, 9 a.m., a full slate of Players Championship curling on CBC Sports and CBC Gem. You see teams there tomorrow morning. We don't know because there's so much drama left in store here at the Brant Curling Club. So while some teams fight for their lives, as I said on the Seaside qualifier, there's 2 European teams that have been cruising through the competition. Perret and Rios from Switzerland, they're through to the semifinal at 12:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And the Estonians, I've been tweeting about them taking the curling world by storm. They were at the first Super Series event, made it to the semifinal, and here A-side qualifiers They've had a day off today, traveling around, taking in all the sights of the GTA, but they're back here at the rink tonight to join us on That Curling Show. Marie Kaldvee and Harri Lill, ice level. Thank you for joining us. And Marie, I said it, this Estonian team taking people by storm. Tell us about curling in Estonia and being able to play in the Mixed Doubles Super Series here in Canada.
Well, curling in Estonia is progressing every year, and I think we're getting better every season, and also the other teams are getting better. So it's happy that we can come here to play some more curling against strong Canadian and some European teams to get the level even better.
Harri, you were talking to Colleen and I last night, the both of you, about the sort of progression of curling in Estonia. Why don't you walk us through how many people are curling, how many curling clubs there are in Estonia? Because you know in Canada, you can find one everywhere. Not the case in Estonia. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think Estonia is in a way a really unique country because we only have 60, 70 active curlers who practice weekly and only one curling sheet, the free sheeter. But the good thing for us is that it's a really good free sheeter, so we can enjoy really good quality ice back home. But so big thanks to our ice technicians and everybody who worked for that at home.
Marie, what makes you two so good? Because I've been watching you curl and you seem to be so in control, and there seems to be a lot of trust between the two of you. How have you become such a great mixed doubles team?
Well, we have played from 2015 together as a team. I guess playing together, not switching like teams in every season probably helps, and we both want to get better, and that's how we do it probably.
You make it sound so simple. If only it was that easy. Harri, when we talk about the growth of curling around the world, talk about mixed doubles in particular. In some countries, finding a four-person team isn't the easiest thing in the world, but in mixed doubles, you just need two really good rock throwers. So tell me about how mixed doubles has helped grow the game in places like Estonia.
Yeah, for countries like us, it's a superb opportunity just because you can get less players together and still form a team and go competitive with it. So in addition to just having smaller teams, you can have more competitive teams as well as players who play team curling. But great opportunity for us internationally as well as in Estonia and in Europe as well. So great opportunity for us, and we love mixed doubles.
Marie, you got to see some of the sights and sounds. You were telling me you were in London today, you were in Toronto today. Tell me about your road trip on a day off because you're on the A side. That must be nice.
Yes, we started the morning off going to visit our friends in London, had a nice visit there. Then we drove to Toronto to visit the CN Tower and had nice lunch there.
On top of the world, no doubt. Harri, do people back home pay attention to what you two are doing? Friends and family, maybe even some news outlets? Because you know in Canada we're watching you, but what's the reaction back home to how well you two are playing?
Yeah, I think the curling community in Estonia and our friends and family are always cheering for us. And over the years, we've made curling bigger in the media as well in Estonia. So yeah. I hope people are cheering for us, and we're concentrating on the event here, so enjoying it.
Outstanding. Well, when I tweet about you too, many people cheering you on. It's so wonderful to have you in Canada. We'll be watching you in the semifinal at 12:30 tomorrow. Thank you for doing this on That Curling Show.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great stuff. Now, earlier today, we had a conversation with a bunch of the curlers because if you're watching mixed doubles for the first time, or if you've been watching it for a while, you'll hear the term power play. Of course, we know it in hockey, but a power play in curling? We asked the curlers to explain it to us. Take a watch.
Exciting news. Power play here in the sixth end.
Yeah, as I said to Jimmy Cotter earlier, I was like, 2 minutes for slashing, you're in the box. It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're calling our power play. I still don't have it worked out.
Yeah, I'm like,
To be honest.
we're still just working it out.
Yeah.
It can be a little bit nerve-wracking because you gotta get your rocks in the right spot, and one miss can be devastating.
Curling fan is still trying to get used to doubles in general. So then when we mix it up with the power play, it's confusing, but
it adds to the game. Strategy into it. You can use it as offensive play, defensive play.
Is it for defense? Is it?
Offense, in a tight game, or come back. But also, if we're even up, it limits the other team's offense.
also played it in 3 when they're just controlling us. We need to switch the momentum here. Something's not working.
Really good combination. Offensive until
If you have the hammer, you call it. You're hoping. Let's get some rocks in some good spots, spread them out, and score whack points.
It's opportunity both ways. Right? The other team could steal or force the power play, then all of a sudden it's not really a power play anymore. Kind of like hockey.
when it doesn't work out, it's
Nancy's taught me that.
Well, the positive is we scored
a point.
Well, one power play deserves another.
It feels like a total waste if you get one or give up a steal. It can be maddening.
Even if we're down a bunch, we'll play the power play. If we're up a bunch, play the power play.
Like defense used in many different ways, right?
And you're playing.
You want to keep
Yeah. No.
So far, anyways, this week we've been playing it in the sixth end, using it, making sure we use it, as opposed to coming towards the end of the game. Now we don't have an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's a guessing game there. You make the one good shot, you're getting your multiple. You don't.
The power play is great for the game. It's awesome.
We love the power play. Austin Snyder, do you love the power play?
I really like the power play.
All right, joining me here at the Brant Curling Club, Austin Snyder, a part of the junior men's Canadian team headed to the World Juniors in Germany in February. How did you do it?
A lot of hard work. The team kind of came together relatively late last year, and you know what? Through COVID, a little bit of difficulty there. We were able to string, few events there here and there, and went into provincials, kind of, just going with the flow, and that's exactly what we did. Right to a national championship.
Right to a national championship. We should let you know that this team, they come together in March, basically a month before junior nationals, and then in Stratford, in your own province, to win a title. What was that like? Because I know a lot of family and friends were there watching. Look at the emotion. Describe that moment.
Yeah, there's no better moment in my curling career and in my sports life than that right there. For me, it was my first national, and I kind of was leaning on my teammates throughout the whole process because they had been to a national before, and it was just a great experience, and to do it in Ontario, it made it that much more special.
Okay, how is the team preparing? Because when you wear the maple leaf, I don't want to add pressure, but when you wear the maple leaf, there are great expectations. How have you been preparing?
Yeah, just a lot of practice. It's a really cool opportunity that we have, getting almost a full year to practice and train,
right,
and kind of, fine tune all the things that we maybe didn't have time to do because, we're a relatively new team. So lots of training, both on and off the ice, a lot of mental training, and
You're ready.
We're ready to go.
You are from Brantford. You would have spent a lot of time in this club.
Yeah, I threw my first rocks here actually about 9 years ago. My teammate brought me down to the curling club after getting introduced to the sport, and I threw my first rock just out there. So.
This is what it's all about. I'm meeting some of the locals, and they said, you got to talk to Austin. They're so proud of you. Colleen and I on this show talk about grassroots curling. You shared your experience 9 years ago. What do we got to do to keep the juniors interested in this game, Austin?
It's really interesting. I think engagement is massive. Anytime that you can, interest a young individual in a new sport, and making sure that the first time that they walk through the doors, they're really, leaving there with a positive experience, whether they really like the sport or not. I think that's going to make them want to come back the next time.
Take a look at the team. Team Rooney is the skip. Austin Snyder is going to be on the team. They'll go from the red and white of Ontario to the red and white of Canada in February in Germany. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this. We'll be watching. Outstanding stuff. Austin Snyder and the team heading over to Germany, as I said, for the World Juniors. We should also talk about our women's junior team. They are in Finland right now competing in the B event. relegated to this B event, trying to earn Canada a spot in Germany at that same World Championship. And so far, so good. Thumbs up, a lot of smiles for Team Canada. They're undefeated so far. They need a podium finish to earn a spot to the Worlds. And so we'll be keeping an eye on the team from Nova Scotia. If Colleen was here, we'd be hearing all about that. I know that. No doubt. Okay, we'll keep the show rolling because we got to get to the curling, but we're going to bring in a man that knows a lot about winning and wearing the maple leaf. Scott Pfeiffer, you're overseeing mixed doubles for Curling Canada. Where are we at? I see you taking notes, watching all of this. Where are we at with mixed doubles in this country?
Yeah, it's been real promising over the last 5 events with the Mixed Doubles Super Series. I've probably spent more time with my national team members in the last 5 events than I was the last 2 years with COVID and everything. So I think it's a great start to a new quadrennial, and hopefully we can continue that forward for the next 3 years.
Scott, a year ago, of course, we didn't have the trials, and there were a lot of questions about where are we going, ranking systems, how we weight events. There were a lot of questions about it, and that falls on your shoulders. What conversations have you been having about that?
I've had lots of conversations both within Curling Canada and with a lot of the athletes here as well, because I want to make sure over the next 3 years that we come up with the right process to determine our Olympic team for 2026. And with a lot of consultation, hopefully we can do that with ranking systems and spots for the Canadian mixed doubles curling championship. I think there's a lot of potential over the next few years.
I know how serious you take it. In fact, I'll tell you, Laura Walker, before this, I said, what should I ask Scott? She said, there isn't a guy better suited for the job because he takes this very seriously. And then we started talking, is it advancing at the speed we would all hope? Because I remember some of these same conversations we had at the first Olympic trials. So how difficult is this to navigate and get the right system with so many things at play?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're in essence competing somewhat against a 4-person system that's been in place for over 100 years and been in the Olympics for over 20 years. So with a lot of the athletes playing in both disciplines and mixed doubles being so diverse, where you have some players playing solely 4-person, you have teams that are totally mixed doubles dedicated, and then you have teams that are one from each. So putting together a ranking system and qualifying system takes a lot of work, and that's what we're trying to do.
So everybody knows who's watching tonight. Scott is the busiest man here. He's got a headset on. Some of the teams mic'd up. You're listening to them. You're tracking all the rocks. What would you say to Canadians who do have concerns about our mixed doubles program? Because it seems Curling Canada is really invested in growing this.
Yeah, we certainly are. I mean, Curling Canada this year, at the Canadian Mixed Doubles Championship, we got 32 teams, $150,000 purse, which is on par with the Brier and the Scotties. So we've invested a lot into the mixed doubles discipline so we can get people playing and against a lot of these international teams that have placed really well. When it comes to the potential that we have for the teams out here, I love working with all the teams that I'm working with right now, and I see a lot of potential for those teams moving forward with the possibility of playing at all these events.
One last question for you. How do you react when you hear mixed double specialists and these sort of last minute all-star teams? How do we sort through that?
I think it's a matter, we want to get our best teams at the events, and there's 2 totally different paths to that. There are the teams who have totally decided to dedicate themselves to the mixed doubles path, and there's a lot of teams that have invested a lot of time into the 4-person game but are throwing rocks and working out in the gym and doing everything they need to become the best curlers possible. We just need to get them out on the ice and practicing mixed doubles and so that they compete with the best.
Awesome. Great stuff, Scott. Always appreciate talking with you, and I know you've got work to do.
Yeah, you bet.
Enjoy it.
All right.
Thank you. Scott Pfeiffer, of course. How many Briers did he win with the great Furby 4? And he was part of that team. And like I said, you won't find a more dedicated man here at the Curling Club, looking over every rock, talking to all the teams. So wonderful to always have a conversation with Scott, who's in a curling club on a Saturday night, invested in the growth of mixed doubles. All right, let's change gears a little bit, because just steps away from where I am earlier today to start the day, Lisa Weigel was here. She, of course, is part of the Sandra Schmerler Foundation, and what a foundation that is, raising funds for neonatal care across this country. It is all part of Sandra Schmerler's legacy, and earlier today, just an awesome check presentation made. Let's take a look at that.
Incredible. Through donors, we've been able to give over $7 million across Canada, including $2 million in Ontario. And last year and the year before, we've raised over $1 million each year, given over $1 million to different hospitals across Canada, in every single province and territory. So it's thanks to generous donors and keeping Sandra's legacy alive through supporting premature and critically ill infants.
And it's critically important. Most individuals don't realize that donors are the individuals who are helping hospitals to purchase patient equipment to treat our patients each and every day. So support from the Sandra Schmerler Foundation and other donors is critical to us being able to provide exemplary care.
And of course, Sandra Schmerler Foundation, they do the bucket sweep at the Scotties, the telethon every year at the Scotties. I know that'll be taking place again. The great people at the Sandra Schmerler Foundation keeping Sandra's legacy alive. And what a great moment that was here at the Brant Curling Club earlier today. We are counting down to First Rocks, a big night ahead. I said it, elimination games. It's all on cbcsports.ca and CBC Gem. And I am so thrilled that Danielle Inglis and Mike Harris are here with the call, and they are getting set for this big time matchup between Jen Dodds, Bruce Mouat, taking on the Cotters in this elimination game. And they join me now in the house. Right behind me. Should I just yell over at you guys?
You can just wave. It's good.
Wonderful to see you. What do you like so far, Danielle? You've been here calling the games. Awesome action so far today. We just, from my perspective, see the level of play continue to be raised in mixed doubles.
It really has been. We were talking earlier on the broadcast about how you fall down into the B or the C division, you're not falling into an easier game, that's for sure. So we've had two great games already today. We've got another fantastic game going on. You mentioned the Seaside final here against two great teams, ranked number 5 and number 35 in the world.
Okay, Mike, let's talk about it. You were ready to jump in, but this matchup, you've been doing your homework, crunching the numbers, getting ready. Tell us what we should be watching for tonight between Dodds and Mouat and the Cotters.
Have we met? Have you researched? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about.
I know you're ready.
Well, we've got a couple of great stories, obviously, with Bruce Mouat and Jen Dodds, former world champions, and we all know Jen won the Olympic gold with Eve Muirhead last year, and Bruce won the silver. And so, obviously, when it comes to accomplishments in the 4-person game, they're great. But again, world champions from just a couple of seasons ago. So, taking on a father-daughter duo, which near and dear to my heart. I've played the only mixed doubles I've played is really with my daughter Mara. So Jim and Jalen have done a great job as well. They've had some good success in these events already this season. And the reward for dropping out of the B is you landed on, as I said, with Jen Dodds and Bruce Mouat. And then the other semifinals also incredible. We've got Laura Walker and Kirk Myers taking on Jennifer Jones and Brent Lang. So it doesn't get much better. All the athletes out here in this C qualifier elimination game. Loser goes home. Winner into the quarters tomorrow morning. So all on the line, and you can't go wrong. Pick a winner. I'm not sure who, if I could there, Danielle.
Well, I was gonna put you on the hot seat at the end of this. I want to ask you. This is a triple knockout. We complicate things all the time at curling events. Triple knockout is pretty easy. I lost my only provincial high school championship going through the A side, waiting around the C side qualifier. Played, the ice conditions changed. We stepped on the ice, Danielle, and we had no idea what it was doing. What path do you like to take to glory?
Oh, the C all day.
Yeah, if you knew you're going to qualify, you'd take the C road. I think it just, as you said, keeps you on the ice. And actually, in this format, it's actually not that many games here with the teams they've got. So. the two A-side qualifiers have only played 3 games so far, and they're into the semifinals. So they actually have tomorrow morning off as well. So it's only 5 games through the A, but I think if you knew you're going to qualify, maybe take the B or C road. But
if you're guaranteed, but yeah, you're seeing again so many top teams, and you mentioned it. They've had 5 games on the ice each already. This will be their 6th game, and there's been a lot of space in this schedule, so it's worked out for the teams to have some rest as well. So Seaside.
Well, we were just talking to the Estonian team, and they were in London and Toronto. They did a GTA tour today. But to that point, a lot of European talent coming over here and taking part in the mixed double super series. I think we're going to be seeing more of this, Danielle, because I think they like playing over here. The Super Series attracting a lot of talent. Should Canadians be serving notice to how seriously European teams are taking this as well?
Oh, absolutely. Talking to the teams earlier, I asked what was the difference between last season and this season, even COVID aside, but they're seeing more play, not only more events, but bigger events and bigger names coming into it. And this is an example right here of a super strong field. And this Super Series that we have going on is fantastic for the players to get that experience, and not just the number of games, but great games too, games that are challenging, no matter what level you're out here, A, B, or C.
The other thing to remember, Devin, too, is a lot of the Canadian athletes have changed the way they look at mixed doubles since the Olympics, and Laura Walker, Kirk Meyer spending an extraordinary amount of time on the ice. Laura's been sparing with Team Laws, and Kirk plays a little bit as well, but their primary focus is now on mixed doubles, and more athletes are doing that. Tyrell Griffith and Nancy Martin as well have won 2 of these events. Almost exclusively focusing on mixed doubles now. So there's a lot more understanding that just being really, really good curlers in the 4-person discipline isn't enough anymore. I think.
Go figure.
Yeah, right. Well,
we
got spoiled with when John and Caitlin threw a team together last minute and ended up winning a gold medal. I think it actually, for Canadians, made it seem like it's easy. Mm-hmm. And I think the rest of the world, they've been sending their best teams for years and years to these world championships, but it's not just a question of showing up. You have to practice, communicate. The communication, talking to Myers and Walker, they've spent 6 3-day training camps in advance of bonds they played this year, working together. They don't live that close together regionally, so it's difficult to get together. But they've made a concerted effort to spend significant amount of time on the ice practicing the mixed doubles discipline. So it's good to see.
You two need to get on the big show, and I'm actually going to join you as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm a little nervous to work with you pros. We'll talk to you soon. Real quick, picks for the elimination games.
I mean, you can't bet against the number 5 team in the world, some Olympic world champions. So Dodds and Mouat.
Mike?
I have to agree there, and then on the other game, it's a coin toss, but I'll go Walker Myers. Take Jones Lang for a beer. We're playing for a beer.
For a beer.
Stay tuned. Buckle up. I'll join you on the broadcast. And of course, curling fans, you can watch it all cbcsports.ca and on CBC Gem. Have a great call, you guys. Looking forward to this. This is continuing coverage of the Eppic Ale Players Championship, the Mixed Doubles Super Series, winding down here at the Brant Curling Club. Like I said, head over to cbcsports.ca, or if you have Gem, CBC Gem, type in curling. It'll take you there. And we've got tonight's elimination game. The Cotters taking on Dodds and Mouat. What a battle that'll be. We'll keep you posted on all the other games across the sheets. And then we're back with you tomorrow morning. There's nothing like waking up on a Sunday morning with a cup of coffee, some curling, and we'll take you all the way to the championship final, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll set it up on that curling show. Let's hope Colleen is back. Like I said, the show isn't the same without her. Get well, called, get that voice back. And as always, curling fans, thanks for tuning in. Head over, CBC Gem, CBC Sports, and buckle up.
Curling now enters the Sports Weekend spotlight. 1963, when they took the Brier to Brandon.
Hi, everybody. I'm Don Whitman with Don Duguid, 2-time world champion. Rebel Eagle, take the game. Not a question about it. Right
drama, high intensity.